Can Michael van Gerwen reach another final? Can Gary Anderson reach another final? 2011 winner Rod Studd and John Parr, your commentators.
Thank you, Dave, and we are eagerly awaiting to see what sort of answers Gary Anderson has for Michael van Gerwen's scoring. As I figure he's the biggest threat in the lineup for scoring against van Gerwen, and that's the man he drew. So that'll be the early story here, Rod Studd.
Yeah, definitely. That Anderson can put van Gerwen under pressure with the power scoring. I thought he was superb last week in the final qualifying round of matches when he was under a lot of pressure. I thought it was a assured performance from Anderson against Raymond van Barneveld. The kind of match that he might have lost 12, 18, 24 months ago, but real solid win. Talking a good game, Gary Anderson. Fearing no one. And why would
he? There's some options here. Basically just wants to get the score down. Have a nice easy go next time. 96, he'll like looking at that, although it could have been easier. Gary doesn't really need to travel to threaten, but it helps.
So for the first leg on finals night, the defending champ wants double 18. 9.
87.
Now then,
Gary require 84.
early frailty from the world champ and defending champ.
We have a frantic pace here. Double 11 wanted.
73.
Opportunity for breaks burned. Oh, just about hit 20 going for a single one. So there is nerves up there. But not on the double 4. He took his time. He settled down. That was probably the longest gap between two darts in the whole leg. And at the right time.
It was. Tell you what, John, you were so right. A matter of millimetres there for busting and handing Anderson another chance. And on such fine margins, this game may well be decided. Current Premier League champion against former winner in 2011, Gary Anderson. Only 4 men have won this title. Phil Taylor 6 times. You're looking at 2 of the others, along with James Wade.
'81.
Bit of a kiss down and out, but a good switch, and he still gets a good score out of the turn. That could have been 177, really. A little unfortunate.
100.
This time last year, van Gerwen defeated James Wade in the semi-final and then went on with that memorable victory against Phil Taylor with the 1-3-2 bull finish to be crowned Premier League champ.
60.
Now got the pressure of defending. He had the same pressure at the Alexandra Palace over Christmas and New Year.
100.
Well, van Gerwen has given himself half a chance of an early breaker throw. Will only need to hit 1 treble 19 with his first 2. Couldn't do it.
66. Gary, you require 66.
So to hold, needs treble 10 and double 18. Lovely couple of darts. Calm, settled. Didn't look like he had much question in his mind he was going to get that.
Gary Anderson doubling out at 43% in the Premier League this year. Only Barney better.
96.
Everyone goes on and on about Anderson's doubling frailties, but they haven't really manifested themselves in the 2014 running of the Premier League. A lot of Scots have come down, clambered over Hadrian's Wall to watch the Tartan Terror.
So, an opportunity of sorts to get advantage in the leg away from van Gerwen. He went for the 19s because 5 of them would leave 170 at least, and 7 would have left 132, which is a favorite out. He did get to a finish. Van Gerwen likely to be better after these, yes.
Gary, you require 138.
So needs 2 trebles. Not a 1 though. That won't help. He's at 135. He'll be lucky to get an opportunity now with Van Gerwen on 71. It's single, and probably tops, Rod.
71.
We get two. A double 16. Wide it
39.
twice.
Gary, you require
Get half a
90.
chance for Anderson.
It's a double 15 after that treble 20. Careful not to go inside, but this time has to go at it.
62.
And pulled it. Hit it two.
How could you require 32?
Absolutely squandered a perfect opportunity to break. It's double 16. He's missed three already.
It's
But
on the
four
third
is
leg.
the charm in this case.
Full flag, Gary, the full flag.
Well, the first leg, MBG missed two at double. Anderson half a chance. Three at double missed in the third leg by MBG. Anderson half a chance. Couldn't take either of them. Ah, the great man. Popular everywhere, isn't he?
136.
He would have loved to play on this stage of the Premier League, Eric. Goodness knows what havoc he would have reaped.
97.
Well, he surely would have terrified his opposition. A master of the mind.
96.
He's had one. Excellent. 140. Puts him in full control of this leg. Rat-a-tat-tat darts.
133. Gary, you require 124.
So, treble 18 needed to leave Bull. He'll stay there because that could get to 32.
Michael, you require 136.
A big opportunity here because he needs two trebles of the 20 variety. Pulling left in the first two darts each case, so probably just trying a little too hard to force it. 16 will leave a double top.
Game show, full flag.
And once again on his throw, confidently putting that double away.
Great start to the evening's entertainment.
140.
Terrific pace, great flow to the game. Barney against Phil Taylor coming next. World Youth Final to follow that.
125.
Final of the Premier League itself.
136.
Well, Anderson yet to really get that kind of scoring we know he can do, and for that matter, Van Gerwen not quite at full
58.
steam. This match has some heating up to do yet. It's good to see them though at 2-2. We have a match, that's for sure.
Michael, you require 167.
Best of 15 to remind you. Treble 19 leaves Bull if he wants to have a poke at it.
139.
He'll certainly be coming back for a poke at double 14. And for the first time in the match, Van Gerwen looking like holding throw with a minimum of fuss.
134. Michael, you require 28.
214s.
Game
No
show,
fuss,
the full
no ball.
flag.
Van Gerwen leads for the third time in the semi-final.
Is it a lead when you just held your throw? I think a true lead is when you've got a break involved. Just as a sportsman, that's how I'm thinking up there. I think he's done what he's had to do and has sort of maintained the parity of the match by holding his throw. It's a different way to look at it, just throwing it out there.
9 minutes gone, and we're virtually at the end of the sixth leg. John Park, not just a multi-world champion, but a darting philosopher as well. It will be a lead if he keeps holding throw, though, John, won't it? If he holds his throw 8 times and wins 8-7,
that will be a
that
win.
will be thinking, yeah.
123. Gary, you require 88.
Needs the 20s. 18 for Bull, but he doesn't have to go that way. Went for the treble 12.
48.
He's just done well to leave tops, really, because Van Gerwen doesn't have a finish. And one thing you can say about Anderson throwing on his own throw at doubles, he's been very calm and
95.
clinical even
Gary, you require 40.
for this tops. Double 10. No sign of cracking there.
Gary Anderson's had 3 darts at double that he's missed to break the Van Gerwen throw so far. Held throw coolly though.
Well, yeah, that would be the criticism on the doubles. If he hasn't had the killer instinct, at times he really could have dealt a blow to take a lead.
A real lead.
96.
And he's got to break him at some point, John, hasn't he? That's the key. He's got to break Van Gerwen at some point.
Yeah, he has that onus.
100.
He did beat Van Gerwen when they last met in the Premier League. It was at the beginning of May the 1st, 7-4 in Birmingham. Anderson averaged over 100 in that match. So to edge in front again. Double 13. Wow.
59.
Wild.
Gary, you require 100.
Well, it does still leave him a double when he comes back.
Well, yes, but he's really pulled some darts, and oh, so close to really lighting up this audience. You know that is, although he didn't get a shot for a double, it certainly has edged up the nerve factor. See it in Van Gerwen's face what it means to him getting that double, especially an awkward one, like an odd one, like a double 11. Never like to approach that in a key moment, do you, as a dart player, because it can just all go wrong so easily.
Tongue-topping tungsten from Anderson, and Van Gerwen just dipping below now. Beautifully pitched.
100.
Packed house at the O2 Arena in London's Docklands for the denouement of the Premier League, which started way back on February the 6th in Liverpool. One slip from either player on their own throw and it could be curtains. Bogey left by Anderson, shouldn't matter.
Well, he would have known that Van Gerwen, even with a 180, couldn't leave a finish, so he wasn't concerned himself. Well, he's hitting trebles for fun now. 52 left. You want to go back up. 12 to leave tops. Van Gerwen hasn't really threatened to break Anderson's throw. As you say, he doesn't need to, but it's hard to believe that this match will go the whole way without it mattering.
Double 10. Now then, this is the 3rd time Van Gerwen's had a 3-figure out shot on the Anderson throw. He hasn't got near yet.
Oh, great adjustment, but rushes the 3rd dart inside. Now, Gary's last dart for double looked like one of Van Gerwen's earlier. He pulled it so much, but he settles back down, makes sure that double 5 points says, yes, that's a double. That's how I was hitting them before. Calm down.
Steely stuff from the Scot. One chance missed by Van Gerwen to break. And with every passing leg, the stakes get cranked up. The pot gets bigger. The prize gets bigger. Neither of these two are bluffing though, John, are they?
82.
Very serious. See, when every leg goes with the throw, the longer into the match it goes, the more the tension builds as a player. You're aware of that, and you know you get the pressure on your own throw more and more because you realize you just can't afford to get broken in that sort of a match, and that's probably the match you're going to lose if you do get broken. So the advantage is almost toned down a bit because you have that extra pressure on you to hold your throw.
There's definitely some pressure on Michael Van Gerwen now. Oh, what pressure?
171.
Anderson can't go out, so that brilliant 171 from MBG.
122.
He's giving him the chance to hold, but I tell you what, John, he's under a lot of pressure now.
It'll be a try for the bull. Hold his throw.
63.
He's failed, so yet another excellent opportunity for Anderson to get double 16. Double 8. anywhere near the first two
16.
and the third. He doesn't want it.
25.
Well, the combined distance that those three darts missed by was astronomical. And Gary Anderson knows it. 8-8, 4-4.
20.
Well. Now Gary Anderson,
16.
after those three off-target errors, has not missed this time. Gary, yeah, that's what I do.
Take there, Gary to throw first.
Gary Anderson is 5-4 up on Michael van Gerwen. Now he just has to keep holding throw.
Well, in that scenario, when Anderson missed his first opportunity, 3 darts for double, it makes you feel the fool up there. You feel horrible. You feel like you don't deserve to be there. But when your opponent goes right behind you and does the same thing, it reminds you we're all the same up there, and it settles you down. And that's why Anderson dealt with it the second time around so effectively.
95.
Absolutely. Had van Gerwen then gone out, Anderson would have felt like walking off. As it is, he feels like walking on into the final of this terrific tournament that he's already won once before. Now then,
But missing that double 16 opportunity by Anderson, that was like sticking his head into an open lion, mouth of a lion, like the lion tamer. Just that he escaped without getting bitten was unbelievable. How did van Gerwen miss 3 darts?
60.
Toothless tiger.
67.
Or lion in that case, John. Here's a 20 from van Gerwen looking to set something up.
93.
And he has done that. Got a chance to break back. This could be the crippler. Sat lovely to plant another one there and finish with double 10.
Haku requires 74.
Now this for the break, straight back. 20 for 1 dart for tops. He's been iffy. Not this time. There was aggression. There was some kill.
Game on.
He knew he was under full pressure, and he met it head on. He couldn't accept the gift last leg, but when he came to taking something, he proved himself. And I think that might be a deciding factor in the trait of Michael van Gerwen there in this outcome of this match. He might just take it because he wants it.
Well, what we saw at the back end of that leg is why this is called the Premier League. Creme de la Prem finishing from the world champ. 5-4 down and under real threat, with Anderson sat on a single dart finish. Van Gerwen last dart in hand hit tops. That's what it's all about. That's why he's the Premier League champion. That's why he's the world champion.
140.
When threatened, John, he's found something, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, when he's really had it back to the wall,
99.
he's managed to find what he needs. Although, I'm still surprised he missed that opportunity when he was gifted one, because the sign of a champion is to punish every single time, and you expect that. You expect every mistake to be punished, and it wasn't in that case, but he did make up for it, showing heart the next leg. It's a double 16 here. He looks like he's calmed down. He's pretty self-assured, I'd say, at this point. Needs another 2 legs, though.
Yeah, Anderson led 5-4. Now he's 6-5 down. It is bona fide darting party out there. Good to be sat next to another bona fide darting party.
55.
Oh, dear. Here we see coming up a match. What a matchup. Possibly could rival this one, and it is. It's Van Barneveld and Taylor, and that's coming up straight away after this one.
174.
I guess you could say this is just an appetizer. Can you believe it? Anderson looking to get to an out. Might be 17s.
97.
Went 17s there, Rod, because a single, he's still on a finish, and a treble leaves 130, and that's a really good switch when you're at 261 on your third dart after 2 darts having 80.
Gary, you require 164.
Well, doesn't need to check this out, but does he fancy a little roof raiser? Stay there for the treble.
96.
Well, at least he's left himself 2 singles to a double. And the way he's finished on his throw in this match,
140.
you'd say it's a certainty,
Gary
Rod.
requires
Gary gets
68.
this, even under the pressure of it. Double 16, double 8. He has been clinical on his own throw finishing.
Terrific stuff. With Van Gerwen waiting, and now hammering home his second maximum. 3 legs left, maximum. Who will win at least 2 of them? Or who will win the 2? Van Gerwen has got the throw in this and the last if we go that way.
100.
Well, of course, thoughts of 9 darters on the crowd's mind. They wanted more than a ton out of Van Gerwen on that visit. But he's needing points now just to maintain his lead.
57.
A very poor turn.
Fair play to Anderson here, because remember, Van Gerwen went off 180 and Anderson is stuck with him. And he needs more than that.
Just manages to leave a finish, to have a hint of pressure on Van Gerwen. He'll be happy. He'll be happy here. He didn't take it out, but he's left a double. Needs some Anderson magic now. 2 treble 20s leave double 8.
Another double 8. That could be the match right there, who knows? Anderson threatened a brilliant 3-dart combo finish, but Michael Van Gerwen has boxed up double 12 to lead again. What a game this is. Anderson has broken once to lead, 5-4. Van Gerwen level straight away, and then it's back on throw.
This looks like a conservative, a concerted attack effort. He got the first dart in, but didn't follow. I'm pretty sure Van Gerwen wants to get it over with this leg, though. And it's going to be pretty tough with darts like that from Anderson.
And I reckon everybody else just wants it to go to the final leg, John. What we've seen in the previous 13 and a half legs deserves a 15th and final leg shootout. And I think Anderson is taking us there in some style, to some tune.
Needed a 180, needed a 180, so no finish there. No threat, everything comfortable for this double top. And we're all the way. We've got a decider coming here. And they're not going to wait around to start this. This is game on and straight into treble 20. And straight into treble 19. And the 18s. 171 to start. What a message sent there. But I think Anderson's got a 180 in him, if I'm honest.
The exhibitionist full house from Michael Van Gerwen. And it's done its job. It has done its job. And is it heartache for Anderson again, just like at the World Championship when he was 3-1 up on Van Gerwen and lost 4-3?
100.
Oh. This leg isn't over yet. You don't want to peak too early sometimes in any sport. And inside of this leg, Van Gerwen can't let himself believe he's already done the job.
The reigning champ, to the delight of the Dutch, is closing in on a second straight Premier League final. Is this the end? Another there. Oh, too accurate.
82.
Had to be very careful with that last dart.
Well, you
Could have
see,
bust it.
you get too far ahead and you start playing around a bit, little different things because you're thinking to your advantage, and it ends up making a little bit of a mess of it.
36.
I mean,
Michael, you require 8.
So, for a place in the final, world champ and current Premier League champ wants double 2, and Michael Van Gerwen has held off the Flying Scotsman in a terrific tussle, which went all the way to the final leg. But in the end, the world champion showed his class, showed his quality, showed his nerve, And he is through, the first man through to the final. And who will he play? Will it be Raymond van Barneveld, or the 6 times winner of this title, Bill the Power Taylor?